Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Welcome to today's Power Boost. So, our topic today is the value of virtues. So, we'll talk about the virtues that not only will empower you, but also give you added value. And that added value manifests itself in the self-respect that you have and how others relate to you. Of course, you're familiar with virtues, and we're not going to talk about the ones that you might already be familiar with, like honesty and integrity and kindness and so on. What I want us to focus on today are those that maybe don't readily come to mind, that you might not even think of them as virtues, but they're very empowering. And we'll use our meditation today to look at these that you may not have had occasion to think about as such. And so as you sit quietly and listen, we want to have an inculcation and a full understanding of where the power lies. Of course, all of this is power from within that we want you to emerge and have a full appreciation of. So the first one I want to bring your attention to is accuracy, and what that really means in terms of your own self-worth, in terms of your own understanding. So if we think about accuracy, what we're talking about is alignment. And when we are aligned, we are accurate. And that accuracy has us be seen and appreciated as reliable and true. And what it is that has to be aligned so that that's clear is your thoughts, your words, and your deeds are all one, so that there's no contradiction. And so not only are you able to say what you mean, but that is also reflected in your body language as well, so that there is no disconnect between what you're saying and what you mean, because there is that accuracy, and the communication is accurate and you are aligned. And that is a very important virtue to have manifest and expressed. So as you look inward, as we go through these, make that alignment. Make that alignment between your aims and objectives today and how you express that. And you will know the extent to which that accuracy is being revealed. and those who you're interacting with will be able to experience that as well. So the next important virtue is cooperation. And at first thought, you might be able to see how empowering that is. Because when you're able to be cooperative, when you're able to bring yourself to be in cooperation with others with regard to a particular project or regard to a particular perspective that's important in terms of how you're going to achieve a particular goal, that is very, very empowering. And you know, in the animal world, we see that reflected, especially, well, in many ways, but what comes to mind is the way the bees work so well together so that they can produce not only enough for themselves, but enough to share with us. We can see that in the way the ants work together to build these massive kingdoms, if you will, so that they are protected, and every little of every one of those creatures has a role to play that contributes to the whole. And so when you can learn to be cooperative, even when it means subordinating your own preference so that it strengthens the whole, then that is a virtue that will always add to your value, not only in terms of your self-value, your self-respect, but in terms of others. Another of those that we can add to your list today is enthusiasm. When you can bring enthusiasm to whatever it is that you are doing, when you can present an enthusiastic perspective that enhances not only the particular project or the particular program that you have to present, but that enthusiasm is so contagious. It changes the atmosphere. It is uplifting. And enthusiasm is one of those virtues that we, as I said in the beginning of this brief conversation today, you might not think of as such, but these are very, very powerful ways to be. It is strengthening the inner you. The next one we can add, it's related, or it's not the same, is cheerfulness. Cheerfulness. And so if you meet others with a smile today, if you meet others with a demeanor that is disarming, if you meet others with a welcome in your smile in your face, it sets the stage for whatever you have to accomplish together. And notice all of these virtues that we're talking about today has to do with your relations, the relations with yourself, as well as the relationship with others. And so one of the other important ones I'd like to add is contentment. And so you can be content. And of course, that contentment is a choice that you have to make, because the situation that you may be in may not have all of what you desire, may not have all that you think is necessary in order to have that accomplishment. But by being content, what you are saying, what you are expressing is your willingness to compromise, your willingness to make do with what's available. And by doing so and expressing that contentment and making sure that that is evident in how you are being in the situation and how you're relating to others, again, the collective the collective expression of that is part of what we're talking about. And of course, the most important benefit of any virtue is to you, because the more you have self-value, the more self-respect you have, the less dependent you are on others for that. And so your self-value, your self-respect, your self-worth, your self-esteem becomes your responsibility alone. And so today, think of yourselves at the highest level in all of these areas, and you'll begin to see that all of what we might list as virtues are all connected. And usually when you have that inculcation, you have them all available to you at all times. And so let us stay focused inward. Let's stay focused on our own inner worth, our own inner value. Let us stay above and beyond what can be negative that you might have to deal with, and emerge from within the virtue that will change that situation and have the desired outcome that you require. Just remember that whatever meaning you're experiencing is the meaning that you are giving to that situation. And because of the virtue that you bring to that situation, which is always in your power to do, you have that power to transform it and to change it so that whatever you have to encounter today and every day, you're able to do so knowing that you are worthy, and knowing that others will have that experience of you, such that you never feel victimized, you never feel disrespected, you never feel in a position of being in need or in want. Because when you are full, you're able to share. And of course, the more you're able to share, the more you're able to give, the more you're able to receive. And so keep your eyes and your aim in that highest direction for yourself. And when you are able to respect yourself and respect others in that way, then your relationships will always be harmonious. And that happiness that we find so elusive, you'll have with you all the time. And so that's our focus for today. And keep that with you all day and every day. Om Shanti.